Had a little car ramble from me, Tobe Allen, writer and mental health advocate, also one half of the BARROW Podcast, the show I do with my mum, where we talk about divorce, dysfunctional families, and mental illness while writing our memoir together. I have just been reflecting, and sorry about the audio quality in this one. I don't have my mics on me today. I have been reflecting on what doing this project has actually taught me about my life and, why, maybe why I started it. What was it that I was trying to get to the bottom of? And I think, I've said it on the show several times, but Mom has always been this kind of mystery to me, this sort of, not in a kind of like a particularly exciting way, not an enigma, but just sort of the piece of the puzzle that I could never figure out, who is this person and what are they like really, and how do I really feel about them, And that's kind of a strange thing as you get older, is figuring out your relationship with your parents, but also coming to see them for who they are as adults as well. It's something that we all go through, where we start to see our parents as human beings and not these kind of mystical figures in our lives, magical figures perhaps, I don't know. They're not big characters anymore. They're just human beings. And I think ultimately a lot of this project has come down to wanting to do that, wanting to sort of understand Mum, understand myself, but understand Mum, and from there understanding myself. And it's been hard. We don't pull any punches on the show, on the BARROW, and we have these really frank conversations with one another about things that we've never really discussed before, and certainly nothing we ever thought we'd discuss publicly, but there you go. And I don't know, I'm not going to characterize her now. I'm not going to say what kind of a person I believe she is, but I've certainly come to an understanding that who she is, what she is, it's made sense of who and what I am, and that's useful. I've been able to, or I'm in the process of being able to now, make decisions from that new information that has, availed itself to me over the course of this last 12 months or more. It's been more than 12 months, but since starting this channel and starting the podcast, it's been over a year. So yeah, I'm thinking about all this, and I guess I'm a little bit horrified by the results on some level, which is not I guess what I mean to say is that I understand that Mum, being who she is and what she is, she really couldn't help me. She really was not capable of attuning herself to my needs and meeting those needs. And I suppose I forgive that ultimately, but forgiveness aside, I don't think that's the important thing. I think it's been important to just know that and be able to come to an acceptance and an understanding of that fact and move on, like move away from whatever agitation that might have previously been causing me. You know, I think to sort of put this another way, I think I've spent a long time wondering why my parents, in this case my mum, wasn't able to attune herself to me, wasn't able to meet my needs, and sort of being irritated by that fact and wondering, you know, why didn't she notice me? Didn't she want to? Didn't she want to be like better or something? And yeah, like frustrated, like why not? Why weren't things better? And that may sound petty or childish or anything, but I feel certain that everybody harbors those kinds of frustrations on some level. It might be a really low level of like, just might be a thought. Why that? Why not something else? Blah, blah. I don't know. In our case, it's been quite extreme because Mum's personality, her set of traits, who she is, it led to some pretty terrible decisions they were indecisions, really. They were non-decisions. And it paved the way for it facilitated, things kind of festering and it's taken all of this. It's taken a whole project of writing a book and a podcast and a YouTube channel to get a relationship back. That should speak for itself, how kind of not so great things were. Things kind of disintegrated, devolved, and it's been indecisiveness and passivity that's been at the root of all those things. And those things have frustrated me. And I've always walked around frustrated in a lively kind of way. Like, that frustration has been active. That frustration has plagued me. It's agitated me. Why? And I don't experience that agitation so much anymore. That agitation has been the curiosity behind my frustration has been sated, I guess is a way to put it, and it's alleviated or subdued the frustration. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty big win in doing this. And I'm feeling simultaneously just very mildly deflated by what I know now. Like, that's the reality of it. But I'm also feeling like some sort of agency is being restored, because I'm I'm not seeking these questions anymore. I don't feel subordinate to the questions that I have. I feel like, okay, I know that now. I can go and live my life. I can go and make my decisions now. And maybe, maybe I'm wrong to have become so sidetracked by all of this, but, that's my personality, and that's my set of traits and characteristics and flaws that have led to doing all this and asking all these questions and all of that. So yeah, if you've got your own story, your own coming to acceptance of, some big things, some big questions, or reconciling with a parent, and what that process has been like for you. If you want to detail it, feel free to do so in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, you're going to like the Barrow podcast, where we tease all these things out and you can hear mum talk and all that sort of stuff. Further info and links are in the description to today's video. And you can also find unedited video editions of the podcast right here on YouTube. Until next time, bye.